Alright, we are back, and it is time to do the next piece of the raid. The Circus Tower. I'm gonna pause while we wait for the group to fill up, though, so that we're not, just sitting here doing nothing. Alright, we are back and about to go into the tower. Once everyone readies up. We'll zoom out ahead of time. This is another one that tends to go pretty quick, like the last one. Got some people still watching cutscenes. All of the ranged damage people hitting Peloton ahead of time. We're off. I've made the bad guys mad. Hopefully one of the tanks will grab them off of me before I take too many hits. That's everything. Doesn't matter if we go right or left in these splits, they go to the same place. Most people just all tend to go in the same direction. This boss has some interesting things that she'll do. I'll go over them as they occur. Okay, so that person who just got that purple ball tethered to them, they have to take it to one of those lightning pillars to pull it off of them before it hits them, or it'll hurt them. Those circles, if I stay in them, will freeze me in some ice, and then I wouldn't be able to move and avoid other attacks. That glowing ball of fire, if somebody has that, they can take it over to someone frozen. in ice. And it's got all of its purples. And they can. Alright. If you get the little fireball attached to you, you take it over to somebody who's frozen and you can unfreeze them before their freeze timer runs out and they unfreeze naturally. Got those things, so I don't need them. Dragon kind of landed on me. Which is why I got pushed away a little bit. Oh, there's still clones of Doga and Une floating around. There we go. Now everything's dead. Whee! This guy has fewer mechanics than Skilla did a couple floors below us. At least ones that I need to worry about as a ranged damage person. You see me move in to do my Simon Says dance, because it doesn't have this, as long of a range as just throwing the chakrams does. And there's nothing quite as annoying as hitting, doing that dance and not actually hitting anything. So that dragon just breathed fire on everybody, which hurt. 2 more floors. There's Amon, the scientist that Grahatia was talking about. Or was it Doga Nune? Either way, one of the scholars. He's like, he's dressed a bit like an extra fancy Phantom of the Opera. People with purple balls in this fight are supposed to drag them over to those kumkums? Whatever, however they're pronounced. And it makes them more vulnerable to damage. Some people get turned into frogs. Alright, so now that some people have been encased in ice, we have to get behind the ice before Amon does a move called Final Curtain, I believe it's called. Oh, Curtain Call. Because if you're not behind ice when he does that, you will die. You know, we don't want that to go. Some people are not behind ice. Don't need any of this stuff because I have it. We go out to the roof to fight Emperor Zandy. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will be unleashed and... something? Didn't let me finish reading it. It's nice they're waiting for everyone to get in. He's, large. Very large emperor. Just spilled Pepsi on my keyboard. Luckily, it is Diet Pepsi, so it's not going to be sticky. So yeah, a couple of times during the fight, he disappears and summons these energy balls that you gotta destroy. destroy before they're able to finish doing what they're doing. You know, once again, so that everyone doesn't die. Back up. Okay, so when you get arrows like that, that is what they call a stack marker, meaning the more members of the group are next to you when the attack hits, the less damage everyone takes. You don't have enough people all together that damage doesn't have as many people to spread out across and end up killing some folk. Goes. Healers, pass on all of this gear and other loot because I already have it all. That way anybody who's waiting for it isn't waiting for me to say I don't want it. Ooh, I got a player commendation. Sweet. That doesn't look good. Asuka! You did it! You defeated Emperor Zandi. Empires rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Asuka Hosokawa. With Emperor Zandi now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Circus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. That distortion, what is it? The power that Xandi sought to obtain comes from the void, the world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on ether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Xandi entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Une and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood Xandi sealed his dark pact. By our blood shall it be undone. It is time. Yes, Toga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this. What are you going on about? The Covenant is everlasting. Now, of all times? And so Meracidia is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Aladdin rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid. An endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Nice shot. Asuka, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Ah, not now, damn it. What was that little mouth movement for, Sid. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clothes. Something controls them. A void scent, and no ordinary one at that. Doga! Oh no! Confound it! Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine! Nero, what are you doing? Nero! Serves you right, shithead. The Covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. That's not good. Damn it! The rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the Find and consult Ramros. Okay. We can zoom in for now. Hey, Rambros, you're never gonna believe this. All this happened within the tower. God's preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Xandes sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it! I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them to fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Xander's Dark Covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Graha, ever since meeting Une and Doga, you've not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with a lag. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Une and Doga. I, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Doga and Une are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, we must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Asuka. Mark my words. Complete. And save them we shall. To the world of darkness. Ah, Asuka, it is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Une, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon our last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber, and awoke Emperor Xande. But you, Asuka, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor has sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void sent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Une labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them, and Nero, out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted himself to rescuing Une, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Xande's orders, and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Une and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with royal blood of a lag. 'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the elegant tombstone Nero presented us. During the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Ammon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Yes, we do. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Xande's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the latter would suffice, but then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes, and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. Then let's do it. We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturgus Guild, well versed in otherworldly matters. And with Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, here comes the man himself. Asuka, just the woman we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides. Do hurry, Asuka. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Nope, that's what I do. Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on that helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Yes. Yes, I believe we shall. Monkey. Asuka, I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open the rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower's full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom. But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. I like that they're wearing, like, old-timey pilot hats. Like the leather with the goggles. My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah, Emperor Zandi's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alag's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allagan civilization had lived on, and just an emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zandi and his ambition. There were those who tried. Zandi's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Alag. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Alex's heart for the kill, Zandy lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zandy desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamud be emptied into Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed beneath the very realm upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Une and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Zandy to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allegan history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Your eyeball, probably. Yes? Ah, Biggs, are we ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good. Then let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne. All right, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Ooh. Fancy. Yay! We opened a hole in the sky. Ah, a rift to the world of darkness, as Une called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break... Yeah, that's Sid now talking. We can't break out the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As will the sons of Saint Koinak. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves... Asuka, my friend. 'Tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of the world now rests upon your shoulders. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving. Might I have a moment of your time, Asuka? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. Yeah, let's discuss your matter of import then. Asuka, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance, The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something. Something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the selfsame ones his father had told him. The truth of our eye rests with a lag. Mayhap what I wish to remember, these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Okay. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. All that's left is the final raid of this series. Let's see. I have to be on the other side, apparently. And we'll get in the queue, and then pause the recording while we wait. Okay, that didn't take quite as long as the timer said it would. So we're about to go rescue our friends from the world of darkness. Once the last tank and DPS hit their ready button. Come on. Oh. Alright, we'll pause again. Alright, give it another try. Hopefully everyone hits the ready button before it times out this time. Waiting on 3 people. Waiting on 1. Yeah, when those notifications pop up, you have 45 seconds to hit ready or you get kicked out. Cool, we are in. The world of darkness. Sad Manatee is in the chat. I think I've seen them before. Let's see. Some weird chimeras to fight. Other people deal with those dragons that are off to the right. if I got quiet there, my mic slipped for a second. This guy has a couple of interesting attacks. He's got a gaze attack that will put doom on you, status effect that kills you when the timer runs out. You can clear it by standing on one of those little glowy circles that are on the floor. And then when he covered the floor in that like whitish energy and then some red energy in the other half of the floor, you're gonna get hit by one of them, and the idea is to stand to alternate. The next time he does it, stand in the other floor. Gotta attack these hourglasses. Summon in additional enemies. Accidentally hit the button to go into first person there. It's okay, we survived. Gaze attack yet. Oh, there it is. So you look away. You gotta turn your character away from it. Like that. You probably used it when I was targeting those hourglasses. Looking away anyway, as well. He does tend to use it a couple of times. Beat him. Cool. I want that hat. I'll hit greed on it. Oh, it's a new version of Skilla. She has similar attacks to the version using the actual tower, but she's a lot easier to kill in this one. This fight is slightly different. These gates before they summon additional enemies. Now a clone of Sandy. who, once again, like Skilla, has similar attacks to the version inside the tower, but slightly different because he's sort of a different fight. To the next area. Got ourselves a 5-headed dragon. There'll come a point in the fight where his individual heads become targetable, and when that happens, we've got to kill the heads before he does a big attack. Looks like the tank's trying to get up to the edge. Or not. It helps to get this dragon all the way to the edge of the arena, because then all of his big front-facing attacks just go off into nothingness instead of hitting people. But this tank is not done that. Should probably be away from my pistol. Oh, the heads. Successful. Stay out of that white circle, then it leaves this patch on the ground that grows. So this is like in Labyrinth of the Ancients, one of those bits where each alliance splits off to a different side. There's somebody pulled. It's time to fight. For as many times as I've done this, I'm still not entirely sure what needs to be done to actually kill it. It just keeps coming back. Got time to fight in Cerberus, as you do. There's a cool bit that'll happen because we're in Alliance B that I won't spoil. Need to get stuck on purple. Yep, he ate us. And the idea is to attack the inside of his stomach until we give him a tummy ache. Go. Now us being in there caused Cerberus a whole lot of damage. And also kind of stunned him. So one of the other groups goes and grabs those chains that he broke earlier and reattaches them. If the fight goes on long enough, that cycle will repeat. Rarely does. Go. He is defeated. Don't need these. Who disturbs the gloom? Ah, mortals from the realm of light. I am the cloud of darkness, but I do not smother, I devour. The covenant is everlasting. All mortals before the flood of darkness. Something. She does not let you read her words. Nothing says you have to all start over here, but everyone starts over here. It's just sort of a thing that... okay. So I have a target on me, which means I'm gonna get hit with stuff. And the idea is to take that away from the group. Those lasers hitting the ground. There we go. Oh, over there. So those circles on the ground, she's dropping little meteors. Someone needs to be in there to take the hit, or it'll hurt everyone. Clouds. After a couple of seconds, they put up the barrier, so you can only attack them if you're inside a barrier with it. And everybody has to move and get out of the way because she comes right back onto the arena. And tries to hit us all with a big laser. Did it. And one of the healers. Pass on all this stuff I don't need. Zoom back in. Alright, we are going to call that video before I hit up the cutscene, just because this has gone a little long, and we'll pick back up with the cutscene immediately in the next video.